most of the staff. I've met George, the maitre d'. Joyce is going to be working with us, and I forgot your name, Sylvester. Sylvester was the nice gentleman who brought the wine and the fruit plate to my room, so I'm not allowed to film anybody but me, so I don't think he's got something for me to try here. Sure. Thank you. And this is, how do you say that? Linaje?
Yes.
Linaje?
No.
I guessed right. Linaje. Must be a. I looked at the label before because it's the same label as the Sauvignon Blanc that I've had for the past couple of days. So, cheers. And for those of you that are just seeing this for the first time, we are at the Royal Club restaurant. It's here on the penthouse level of the Barcelo property. And we did the review last night at one of their restaurants downstairs, their seafood restaurant. And that was our trial run, as I'm saying. So this will be a little more calm tonight. I just had some very nice guests stop by the table. They've been coming here, they say, for 20 years. And George, the maitre d', they said that most of the staff has been here most of that time, which is good to hear. I'm gonna dig in a piece of bread because I'm a little famished, and we have some nice garlic butter. And the bread is warmed, which is always a nice touch. And it's interesting that I'm having a little Cabernet to start, so I'm anxious to see what might be coming with that. And just a reminder for anybody that's new to following the Blindfolded Gourmet. What we do is we do a scoring system of 1 to 100. 90 is considered perfection. We equally break down the service. Is as important as is the food and the beverage, as is the ambiance and setting. So each of those are up to 30 points. Highest scoring restaurant out of the 20-some that we've done since a year and a half ago, June the 8th, we started the Cook Islands. And our highest scoring restaurant was actually on my second trip back to the Cook Islands, and stopped off for a place for lunch. And if I'm not mistaken, 91 and a half is our highest score. So,
Yes, sir.
okay.
I have some tuna tataki, served with seaweed, fresh papaya, with soy sauce,
Okay.
and black and white sesame.
Excellent, and that's
Enjoy.
good. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy they brought this because it was the first thing when I did peep at the menu before I decided I didn't want to know all the options. The tuna tataki. And I don't know if you can hear his description, but it looks phenomenal. I guess you can have red or white wine with the tuna, so that's maybe why they chose that. So I'm just finishing up with the tuna tataki, which I don't do individual scores or because I don't know what's coming. Typically though, you have a starter, an entree, and dessert. I break them down to 10 points apiece, but I think tonight they might be giving us, by us I mean me, might be doing like a tasting menu, like a couple of selections from the entrees. Who knows? So far, we're off to a good start. Tuna tataki. Been working on this for a year and a half, since June the 8th, 2019, I guess was the first restaurant review in the Cook Islands at Little Polynesian. And from there, we went on to Fiji and Auckland, New Zealand, and Bondi Beach in Sydney. And did one review in Los Angeles. I've done some reviews in Las Vegas and Charlotte, and then this past July, after we were celebrating that everyone in my immediate family that got, I hate even saying the word COVID, we went to the Caribbean for the first time to celebrate, and did, I think, 3 reviews there. Some in St. Thomas, the USVI, and finished up in Jamaica. Everything's on hold because of the pandemic, and if you're watching this and you want to get involved and you have connections, come on board, because you know I need lots of help. I need someone to help produce and just put the whole shebang together. Okay, it looks like something else is arriving, and I'll shut up and let them tell me what it is. Go ahead.
With the endive salad.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone with the endive lettuce with dry fruits.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone with some balsamic and some carrot sauce on the side.
Very good. Awesome. It looks amazing. It smells good. It was incredible. This was something else that popped off the menu because I've always loved Belgian endive. And all these years I still don't know the correct way to say it. But take a look at this salad. So it's lightly, I was gonna say grilled, but it's not. That's actually just the balsamic that actually makes it look like the lettuce, but it is warm. It's not a really cold salad. Superb. Thank you. Thank you. So some of you know my history way back in 1991. As the photographer for the European Gourmet, I got to traipse around Europe, 14 countries, primarily in France because it was the top 200 gourmet restaurants of Europe. And I got to eat at any of them that I chose to eat at because it was budgeted. And then if they presented as a bill, that would basically I would have to pay for dinner. And if it was a freebie, it didn't come out of my budget. But I thoroughly enjoyed that and learned a lot about food pairing with wine, and met more Michelin chefs than any one human being should ever be so lucky to meet. And since having the fluke accident with my eye 2 years ago, on I think November the 4th is when I actually stopped working. I decided, well, what can I do with vision in one eye? But maybe going back and doing my dream job of eating, and the angle that I'm trying to pitch for a supposed cable show or just a live streaming on the internet is that we want to always give as much weight to the service aspect as we do to the food and the wine, everything that you're consuming. In my humble opinion, is just as important as how it's presented, how it's, how the service impacts. You know, you can have world-class food, but if you have mediocre server, I think most people would agree that really just can ruin the whole experience. So that's how the Blindfolded Gourmet came about, and I've met every world-class chef, from the European Gourmet, and then later when I worked with Bon Appetit magazine through my affiliation with Brett Newbig, we got to meet Thomas Keller. We gave a Restaurateur of the Year award to Wolfgang and his former partner, but she's still affiliated with Spago. I say that that we're friends, we're friendly, we're on social media, but you know, I adore her, and you know, there's some reason that I have all of these experiences through my last 30 years, and a lot of them go through some of the best restaurants and best restaurateurs and interior decorators, Barbara, in the world. So, hey, I'm open for suggestions. In the middle of, here we are at still the pandemic, everyone's trying to, you know, make the best way through it that we can. Okay, I'll hush for 1 second.
It's a delicious lobster bisque soup.
Excellent.
Served with toasted bread.
Okay.
Lobster medallion.
Lobster medallion.
Yes.
Okay. It looks, again, the smell is so incredible. And I keep moving around my camera, but I have to give you guys a little image of this. Lobster bisque with a little lobster medallion there. And it's floating like on a little boat of the bread, so. Well, the first bite was perfection, except that the camera fell, so. It's perfectly, the temperature perfect. It's if not borderline, a little hot. And I remember when you're going to 200 restaurants across Europe, and you have grown up in West Virginia eating pinto beans and cornbread as your staple, or catfish, as my dad liked to catch. I can still recall someone teaching me, you know, when you eat soup, that you scoop away from you as opposed to basically shoveling it into your mouth. Wow. I think this is a little on the rich side, but I could eat this like daily. It's a big medallion. I'm not gonna cut it. So going back and sort of continuing my thoughts, as I always go off on tangents, as people know that hang around with me. So the soup was incredible. And thank you so much. I think this is my favorite so far.
Thank you so much.
So good, perfectly hot. Okay. But before the pandemic hit and put everybody's life on hold, I was getting ready to go pitch with Venom and Murray, who most of you know is a production company behind the Kardashians, but they started with The Real World back in the late 80s. I think I'm a work in progress. It takes a village to raise me, as my sister says. Wait, that was Hillary. And hi Tama, by the way. And you know, just you have to put it out in the universe. I, for a year and a half, have been the Blindfolded Gourmet, and if it never develops into anything more than me doing what I'm doing, so be it. You know, something else will come along. So this is my dream job, my life, my passion, to travel, to meet people, and if I could be one fraction of Anthony Bourdain and incorporate some of the many friendships that I've made globally through my school in British Columbia, Canada, Pearson College, and also ACS, the American College of Switzerland. That's where I would like to go, and in the direction of moving this concept that we're calling the Blindfolded Gourmet. And hey, like I say, if someone tells me to sit down and shut the fuck up, maybe I will. Oh, and can I just brag on you, Sylvester? Chilled glass. If anybody's been to my home, you know what I do. Even my sister, when she was visiting, she says, "Can I use the freezer? Because there's nothing in there but glasses." We like to chill the glasses. Good touch. I'm gonna slide it right here just so it's in camera. Sorry. Thank you. Love it. Okay. And this is the same. Can I show them the label? If you don't mind. I'll be right back. So this is the label. It's the same for both the it's Cabernet?
Yes.
Okay. And the Sauvignon Blanc, which I've been living on since I got here. So thank you so much. It's from Spain. Okay. That was my next question. Okay, I'm starting to get keen on hearing the footsteps that come near me, because a couple of times I've had to give them, ask them to give me about 30 seconds, but now we're ready and this looks incredible, whatever's coming.
Lamb chops.
Lamb chops. Did someone call ahead and tell them that I love lamb chops? Phenomenal. Do you want to give me a description of maybe the sauce? Or? Okay.
So lamb chops is come with roasted potato, steamed carrot, and broccoli.
Okay.
And sweet red white sauce.
Sweet
Red wine.
Okay. I can't wait to dig into this, but again, I'm gonna give you guys an aerial view. If you saw how I had my camera hoisted up here. So, even though I had a sip of white wine, I will be going back to the red because I'm not ignorant. I'm gonna dig into this before. Potatoes, carrots, broccoli, and they're almost too pretty to eat, but do you think I'm gonna not dig in? Glasses are fogging up. So everybody else having that issue with the masks, you know, that you go out to the grocery store and if you wear glasses like I need to wear them. I'm reading something small, which is 24/7 when I'm on my phone. I forget who initially called these lollipops. That's what it is. And I'm gonna be an adult and I'm not gonna just stick it in my mouth and eat it like a lollipop. But you could. Greetings, greetings. Live from Aruba. Sometimes when things don't work out exactly the way you want in life, hang in there. Because maybe there's a bigger plan that you're not even aware of. And that's the way I look at life. And so this turned out really, really well compared to our dinner last night, which was great. This is actually phenomenal. So cheers from Aruba, the Royal Club. I'm the only one in the restaurant because I came a little late. I think most people come in, especially the couple that were leaving when I got here. They said they've been coming here for 20 years, 25 years. And they must have been here at 6:30 to be leaving when I got here at 8. So, I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'm having them.
You have one more course.
Oh, that's good.
That's it?
No,
You want to try it?
I can eat a lot.
Okay.
So don't worry. I was mentioning to them that I'm going to need an assistant to help with the Blindfolded course, which is the dessert, and the maitre d' came back and said there's another course before dessert, which I was hoping there was, but that's why I sent my last 2 or 3 of the lamb lollipops. I asked them if they could wrap them and I'll eat them later, you know, as I'm sitting up all night posting things. And I'm gonna have to have some more of the red wine with her, and it was so relaxing. Thank you, Joyce. And so I was begging Joyce. I said, "Can you do me a favor and just give me 2 bites of the dessert?" You know, she didn't understand what I was talking about. Cause, oh wow. Yes. Beautiful. What all do we have here? This garlic mash?
That one has like a crab.
Oh, this is crab.
Crab meat
And
with
rice.
the rice,
Okay.
the brown rice, and some lemon and veg.
It's almost too pretty to even dig into, but I will. Because
Don't worry, that's the last course. And
okay.
then we gotta go.
Thank you so much.
Did I
Oh.
go that one?
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask if I could have a splash.
Can you explain it again? How your dessert? You want your dessert?
Yeah, whatever you're bringing, just don't
Okay.
tell me what it is. And then before you get to the table, I'm going to put my blindfold on.
Okay.
So normally I'm dining with
Oh,
someone
okay,
locally,
okay.
and then because the blindfold's on, I'm not going to be able to see where my
see it,
glass
okay.
is. But just tell me where things are, and then you have to put it in my mouth, and I have to
So we have to.
You have to feed me like 2 bites.
Okay, don't worry.
And then-
Okay. So you want 2 different kinds, eh?
No, I mean
Just one?
it's up to you.
Okay.
I can have 2 different kinds,
Sure.
but at least I have to have a good bite, maybe 2 bites before I decide what I'm eating.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
they all know this because I had a chocolate mousse
Oh yeah.
in the Caribbean at one of the restaurants in Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
I did not taste chocolate at all because the raspberry glaze or the sauce that was on the side was so over. I mean, it took the taste of the chocolate and put it somewhere far out of. And chocolate's one of my favorite things, and I didn't even know I was eating
You
chocolate.
don't even taste and enjoy.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
So we finally got the live camera working because we had a little glitch with the internet. So I am going to bore you guys with. Look how pretty this is. The presentation is phenomenal. And if you didn't hear the description, this is the grouper. The grouper following the lamb chops. So that's interesting because normally we'd go from the lighter fare to listen to me trying to school them and how to serve their courses. I'm not complaining. And a little rice, a little, I think they said crab with the grouper. So I'm not gonna. I like how they do the little design on the lemon. I'm not gonna have you guys watch me eat the entire grouper. You know, they say don't put salt and pepper on something until you've tasted it, and probably the same with lemon. But all this is, the grouper is wrapped up and it looked like a huge shrimp. And there's one little suggestion I'm going to give them. The charger plate, when the plate on top doesn't have something under it, like napkin or cloth, this is what we got going on. We got a lazy Susan going on. So I'm actually going to utilize my mask. I'm going to improvise. We have some mask playing double duty. And if I muck it up, oh well. So watch here. That didn't help any better. So after I get a new job as designing flatware and silverware, I'm just putting it on the freaking table so I can eat it and enjoy it. How about that? So let's get a first bite of this grouper. Oh wow, it's like so flaky and so light. So this is the tuna on the side. But it's funny, forget his name, the maitre d'. He said this is gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun when you're feeding someone, you know. Melanie, my nurse friend, she sure had a fun time teasing me with the food last night. Did anybody watch that? So I feel like I'm almost like going scuba diving and putting my mask on and getting ready to go down underneath the water, not knowing what's going to happen. But Joyce, and he's going to hate that I can't remember his name. They understand what's going to happen. You know, I've got to eat, and look how good the face mask works for my blindfold. So I'm not saying I was psychic. Do you want to do that? I'm actually going to put on the actual blindfold just because, to be completely honest, you can see through the bottom of that mask, and I don't want to have an idea of what I'm eating. Here we go. We're in business. So we're live and going under. Here we go. So the next, as you will see, Joyce's hand, I think, and maybe Joyce's voice. And just to be safe, I always shut my eyes because I don't want to see. Hopefully, make sure I'm still in camera. Yeah, I'm in camera. And if you could just make sure that you get put the dish close to the video so that you get a fairly good image of it before I devour it and, mess up the beauty.
No, they won't see it because the camera have to go down more.
You can move it. You want to hold it up and like move it, or you know what? We'll do this. I'll do this. And is it on? Is it on camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah. Hold it like that.
Am I tearing it up? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. And all I need is a fork or a spoon, and I guess you're actually going to do that because.
So are you gonna cut a small piece?
You're going to do whatever, like as if you were me eating it. What would you taste the first time? And if there's more than one component, try to put it together as you would eat
Together,
it.
okay.
If it's supposed to go together, I don't know.
Okay. I got it.
You ready? Should I open my mouth?
Okay, open your mouth. Okay, one more bite.
Yes. I tasted. No, wait, let me try one more bite because I don't want to mislead myself.
You won't get it, huh? Okay, open. What is it?
Well, not to jinx myself, but I do taste chocolate, and the sauce or the cold component. My first instinct is to think that you're going to give me vanilla ice cream, but it doesn't taste like vanilla. But I don't know what else it would be if it wouldn't be vanilla. And I think it's a vanilla.
Okay.
Like a not necessarily ice cream, but maybe a. Well, let's not get fancy, Roger. Even though this place is very, very fancy, I'm just gonna say it's a vanilla. Like almost like an Italian ice, but it's ice cream. Vanilla ice cream with a chocolate.
You're missing,
it's like a chocolate.
You're missing one sauce in there.
I am a chocolate. It's like a chocolate cake or a chocolate torte. So it's a little dense, like a dense chocolate cake.
Okay.
But maybe even a flourless chocolate cake. No, I don't know. I have chocolate, I have vanilla, and you want another sauce? Should I say peach Melba because that was the joke that the other guest was saying? It's an ongoing joke for 20 years that they said, can the chef make peach Melba? So I honestly, unless I could taste the sauce by itself, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Is that possible? Should I taste just the other sauce?
Other sauce? Just the sauce?
Yeah, otherwise I'm not going to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Okay, open.
Oh, that's a deep chocolate, like a coffee. It's an espresso. It's an espresso sauce that goes with the chocolate cake. I taste espresso. And please tell me I'm close. Can I take the mask off?
Yes,
Okay.
sure. Brownies with strawberry sauce.
Strawberry sauce to me tastes like espresso. So go figure. I still had the chocolate in.
Yeah, make you a special coffee.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Cheers,
the
guys.
coffee is like what's the name again?
Irish coffee?
Irish coffee.
How did you know I'm Irish? My last name is Dunphy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very Irish. Cheers, all to my Irish friends.
Cheers.
So, is there Irish liquor in here?
Yes.
They're trying to put me to sleep before midnight. I love it. You guys, I mean, if I could hug you, but we can't. We're gonna do the elbow bump.
Right,
We're all
do it like this,
get
do it
it.
like that,
Bring
like
your elbow
that.
in. I need
Get
some
it.
elbow bumps. Well, there you go.
There we go. Here you
Okay,
go.
Joyce, give me an elbow bump.
Joy.
Come on, there we go.
Yes.
Just the elbow up. There we go. Oh, I see it, and I see your nose. Thank you.
You're
I mean, if
welcome.
I could do backflips and not hurt myself at this age, I would do backflips. It was that good.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
And I'm gonna finish my
Okay.
dessert.
No.
Okay.
My
enjoy.
family, we grew up. We always finish our dessert.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Thank you. Look at this Irish coffee. Pardon me while I look at. No, that was not necessary. Look. We got masks. We have blindfolded masks. We have pandemic masks. We have napkins. So, again, the scores will come within 48 hours. I might set up late tonight and do that. But 30, and 30, that's each scored on the food and beverage is 30. Ambiance setting, anything that doesn't get internalized as far as drinking and eating. That's part of the experience, the music. I've now realized why it's called the Royal Club. It's a little almost Moroccan. I'm gonna ask them what the music is, if I was right. It sounds like I'm in Morocco, and I've never been to Morocco, so whatever that means. And the service is the other 30. So setting, ambiance is one group. Service from the moment I came here before, like when I came this afternoon to look at the place, all the way through. Anything that could be service related. And then food and beverage. And then the last 10 points, I call them the Holy Grail. And that means that they did something that I'm going to be talking about for the next 6 months. They've got to really do something phenomenal. And here's Sylvester. Yes. Whose idea was the Irish? I mean, that was a nice touch. So I'm going to actually tune out so that this is not a really long video. Hey, Chad. And say goodnight, because I think we finished the 18 courses. Just finishing up my Irish coffee that they sent me home with from. It's just upstairs. It's like, I don't know. It's just above my head. The nice restaurant. And I had to come back on live and show you. I had two little lamb chops, lamb lollipops that I was saving. I said I didn't want to overeat. So they said, we'll wrap it and we'll bring it to you. So let me show you what they wrapped and brought me on a room service platter, of course. And it's just arrived. And my 2 lamb chops are now 1, 2, 3, 4 lamb chops, and a fresh preparation of the starch and the veggies. And it's hot and it's steaming, and I did take off the saran wrap just so it would look nicer, but that's a really nice touch, don't you think? So who's having lamb chops for midnight snack? That'd be me. If you get to Aruba, afford one day at the Barcelo, at least, like I did. My one day turned to 2, but well worth it. And you can see most of the staff at this restaurant, they've been there, they said between 10 and 20 years. The chef's been there 11. So they love it, and you can really tell that they love their jobs, and they love being in the service industry like I did for years. So hats off to them. And I'm going to be having lamb chops for, I don't even know what time it is. I think it's around 10 o'clock.